Buscock for Adamson. Nicolau. Keely Adamson. That's a great turn to get away from Ryan Kito. Beaten rather easily. Cross to the back post. Yarkalish is there. Gets there. Squares it. And MacArthur score. Chris Economides with his first goal for the Bulls. And it's the away side who have struck inside 8 minutes at Coopers.
It's a beautiful goal from MacArthur on the Harvey Norman replay. Almost the best part of it was the turn from Keely Adamson, but then Yarkalish does something, you know, very difficult and special on the second post. Adamson floats the ball deep and beyond the Adelaide defence, and Yarkalish, the first couple of times of asking tonight, has come up short. But he delivers at the third attempt. It's a beautiful cutback, very difficult to do at full stretch and at full speed. Speaking of which, does Chris Economides arrive to nail the chance and give MacArthur the lead?
Well, it's been a long road back for Chris Economides. Greens does that nicely. Getting away from Bratton. Look at the press, they've won it back. Adamson needs to find an option, does so. Holman squares it. Adamson fires up. Drills it home for his second. Well, we're used to seeing Adelaide players with the back flips. There's a bit of your own medicine. 2 goals.
We're not being fluent in the matters of Paramount Plus player indexes, but after 9 minutes, I reckon Keely Adamson's bursting the charts. Wins the ball back in concert with Luke Bratton, and on the Harvey Norman replay, does not make any mistake with the finish. It's unerring from a player who is having a fantastic time of it. Deployed further up the field to start this match. A detail you've highlighted, Robbie, but doesn't he make the most of it? And how happy must everyone at MacArthur be for Keely? Not only for safely landing the round-off, but for getting his first. That's what happens on the field. Carl Beard's still got his suit jacket on.
Clough, low ball, front post. Oh, the goals are flowing at Coopers. It's Austin Ayubi, the second of his A-League career. 3 goals in 5 first half minutes here. They've shown a little bit of fight back already.
Well, Stephen Moore just lurking in the front part of the Adelaide midfield. And Zach Clough on the Harvey Norman replay with a really teasing ball curling away from keeper Kurt.
Deliverer of the football, Zach Clough, not on that occasion. Alagic with Moore. Here's Kito. Kito strikes it. Oh, what a goal! Well, we've been waiting for his first of the season. I think it was worth it. Ryan Kito with an absolute stunner. 19 minutes on the clock.
Well, Harvey Norman replay, how clever is that ball from Stephen Moore? And how good is that strike from Ryan Kito? He was turned inside out by Keely Adamson for the opening goal of the night, and maybe stung by that, he just rips one past Philip Kito. You don't hit a ball much cleaner than that. Kito gets a fingertip to it. It's a sensational strike from Ryan Kito. What a start to this game at Coopers.
Well, what a start to the weekend. Moore with the opportunity, struck it well and in. Well, 3-2. 3 minutes before half-time. Stephen Moore has his 7th of the season. It seemed to bewilder Philip Kito. Head to the break, 3-2 up.
Well, Stephen Moore has had a great half. Ayubi making a nuisance of himself, scored the first for Adelaide, puts it on for Moore, who, having watched Ryan Kito after teeing him up, thought, you know what, I'll have a crack. That moved ridiculously. And must have taken some sort of nick on the way through. Off volley, maybe. Nevertheless, it's a specky from Stephen Moore. Hot as you like. He'll be taking over the entire program tomorrow night on Football Tonight with tonight's action and the blooper.
Kikianis with Delianov. Adelaide look to play out and they failed to do so. The cutback, they're queuing up. Bratton hits it and Bratton scores. Well, it is an evening of firsts. Luke Bratton, whose first ever A-League goal came 12 years ago for Brisbane Roar here at Coopers. 3-3.
Well, Ethan Naligic not comfortable with that receipt, and then it bounces to Delianov. And credit to Economides, he's sniffed around for the odd crumb here or there. And a Harvey Norman replay. If you had to pick a player in the MacArthur team to hit a ball dead straight like that, you'd have to go with Luke Bratton. The bigger question is why Luke hasn't scored more goals with his ability technically to strike the football, but he got the one that counted then. 3-3 at Coopers. And Udalskox, well, we know Tommy has been excellent for a long time, but Bolly's been terrific.
Jakalic takes over after Vujitsa won it back. Can't find Makrilos. Nikolau's header for Adamson. All of a sudden, it's Adelaide looking a little bit nervy here. Makrilos again for Jakalic. The opportunity, it's in! 4-3. Marin Jakalic with the goal.
Adelaide on the Harvey Norman replay now running into each other, not decisive enough. It's really sloppy defending. Actually, this one's onside, it's going to count. Jakalic sets up the first for MacArthur, scores the fourth for the Bulls. Liam Rose slipping the ball through beautifully. Really poor defending. Good finish. Jakalic needs a...
Adamson with Uzkot. Oh, given away by Kito. Stephen Moore squares it. Archie Goodwin. And we are all square at 4-4. Well played, Stephen Moore. Simple finish for Archie Goodwin, who gets his 9th of the season. And we are all square again.
Well, Stephen Moore has just been in everything for Adelaide tonight. Harvey Norman replay. The last 2 goals of the football match have come with goalkeepers maybe hitting passes that they'd like to bring back and do again. This time it's Kito for MacArthur, who coughs one up. Stephen Moore shows great composure to roll it to the available.
And has he just managed to find the words to convince Marin Jakalic not to steal this one away from him. It is Bratton. Oh, and he's done it! Well, Luke Bratton at the double. And we're not going to have another 4-4 because now it's 5.
Ticker. That's wobbled around as well off the boot from Luke Bratton in the Harvey Norman replay, beating Delianov at the near post. It's a really good free kick. Even navigating the jumping wall, but doesn't jump high enough. And Luke Bratton helps himself to a second. A 5th for the Bulls in a 9-goal sortie here at...
Rejoins the fray. Piscopo, lovely first touch to get him facing forward. Still going, he's been fouled there by Priestman. Referee allows the advantage. Valupet, Nishan Valupet. Oh, that is special. Great finish. Down in front of the Melbourne Victory, travelling support.
From his attackers, Nishan Valupet is duly obliging. On the Harvey Norman replay, it's fantastic refereeing from Alex King there to let the play go. He could have easily pulled the ball up there, but he sees it falls to Valupet, who gets immediately on the front foot. Lovely little step over and cut back, and that's a fine finish from the Socceroo. You see here, little step over, outside, quick feet on the inside, and Lawrence Thomas has no chance. And Rene Piscopo did the hard work there, and that's a great assist off the backside. And as Valupet comes back, you can see, look at the bend on that. It starts outside the post, comes back in. Lawrence Thomas has zero chance of stopping that one. Wonderful feet, Nishan Valupet.
For Valupet, nice football. Melbourne Victory using the width, creating the space. Arzani against Clisby. Arzani still. Teague screaming for it. Arzani goes again, crosses back post, and Renault Piscopo makes it 2. Good football, Daniel Arzani.
When he receives this ball, he pushes it around Clisby on the Harvey Norman replay and realises I can't get the ball in. But now he realises he's got Bosowski Kraft. Look at his body position. He knows he can just knock it past Kraft. And then the ball across the box. Renault Piscopo can't miss from there, but this is great play. Realises Kraft's body position isn't right and just pushes it behind him and gets the cross quickly into the far post. Great play from Daniel Arzani and wonderful positioning from Piscopo to be there to tuck it away. And both Socceroos call up that may have had question marks next to them have stepped up tonight and answered their critics.
With Aidan Hammond. Here's Clisby. The ball in, completely unmarked. And Bodic just sweeps it home. And it's game on. Western Sydney are not done and dusted just yet.
Wonderful ball in on the Harvey Norman replay, but Bodic couldn't believe his luck. Unmarked on the penalty spot. He just drifts off Ryan Teague, it is, and he has the easiest of finishes. Well, he makes it look easy. And that's poor defending, you've got to say, from Melbourne Victory. They've just gone 2 up. And to allow a player of his quality that much time and space, he's going to punish you. And even that man can't do anything about it.
Anasopoulos. Great switch of play. Adamson controls. Just. Goes back with Priestman. Space for him to race into. Good ball back for Gersbach. The cross is not bad either. Burell! Fabulous cross from the substitute left back, and Brandon Burell breaks that goal drought.
With a raking pass on the Harvey Norman replay, and then the control from Adamson. And what about this for a ball? It's just put in his path, and it's a great ball. Brandon Burell, free as a bird, just around the 6-8 yard mark out, and he's not going to make a mistake from there. He tucks it away, back where it came from. Mitch Langerak, no chance. And they've drawn themselves level. And we said earlier in the game that in a couple of passes...
Throw goes Western Sydney's way. Here's Mata. Looks up. Good play, Adamson. Options arriving. Milanovic on his left foot. Oh, great finish. Nick Milanovic, who started on the bench the last 2 matches, has made an impact off it this evening. Looks like he wants to remind a couple of people in attendance of that number 14 and name.
Well, let's not underrate this here from Adamson. Under pressure. Brings it down. Realises he can't get the shot away. Finds Milanovic, who takes a wonderful first touch on the Harvey Norman replay to get rid of his defender. A little bump and then through the legs. Fires it in. 3-2 for the Wanderers. And he had to bide his time off the bench. Coming back from suspension. He answers Wanderers' dreams with his 9th goal of the season.
Everyone forward now for victory. The cross in. Teague making the late run. It's over Mashash. Milanovic. He's away here. He's got support on the far side in Adamson. Marcus Adamson to finish it. And he does so. The Wanderers are on their way.
Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, Roderick Miranda made one decision. I'm going to win the ball or bust. Well, it was bust. Milanovic too quick, and Adamson, as cool as you like, under pressure to kill the game off, takes a touch and just dinks it over the on-rushing Langerak to seal the deal. Well, the RBB posed a question at the start of the night. It was all or nothing. Well, they've given it all, and they've come up with everything.
Ability, back to his keeper. Okamoto. Amos. Crowd appreciate the build-up here. Amos! Oh, brilliant! A goal of the highest quality! Luke Amos! Perth into the lead! This is his first Isuzu UTE A-League goal.
And on the Harvey Norman replay, Luke Amos pulls one out from the very top draw. Look at that for a thumping strike, giving Matt Acton absolutely no chance. Look at that for a camera angle. That is absolute gold for the A-League competition and Perth Glory in particular. They're probably disappointed they're not further ahead. They've had the better of the chances.
Now Roar's turn to counter-punch. Great pass, Elliot. Abubakar untangles his feet and scores! Brisbane are level. Asuma Abubakar with his first A-League goal, and he runs to Ruben Zatkovic in celebration.
Fashion one for themselves, and Abubakar on the Harvey Norman replay, he's just so positive. He makes this out of nothing, really. He gets a fortuitous bounce into his path and then finishes very well, poking it past Ollie Sale to give his side an equaliser.
To turn things around, they have not won away in Perth. It was here at HBF Park in March 2022. And there's the goal that goes in front. Samuel Klein for the first time in the A-League. Brisbane Roar have come from behind to lead. Perth shell-shocked. Sam Klein celebrating.
Well, that's exactly the start to the second half. The Brisbane Roar football to the back post area on the Harvey Norman replay, and it's just played back inside by Abubakar, and it's Klein who reacts first, and he gets great purchase on that strike with his left foot, and there's nothing Perth Glory can do at that point in time, but they didn't defend the first phase well.
Wheels away, Zavala keeps it moving. Jay O'Shea. Klein, one already tonight. Does he go for it? Brilliant goal for Sam Klein! The best night of his A-League career so far! And a double that will deliver a priceless win for the Brisbane Roar.
What a brilliantly executed goal. As Jay O'Shea plays him in on the Harvey Norman replay, and look at that, he looks up, he sees the space, he thinks this is my chance to get a double on the night. Eyes off the far post and gives Ollie Sale absolutely no chance.
Gygos has dropped deep, now De Vries. Brimmer for Moreno. Randall's peeled away, can he pull it back? He can, and hit it in! And the goal is there for Guillermo Mai. Inside 10 minutes. The Uruguayan Guillermo Mai nods home from close range.
It's a really delightful run off the shoulder of Trent Sainsbury, and then once he's there, all he's looking to do is stand it up, and it's Guillermo Mai that drifts into the space, ghosts in to exactly where the back three are expecting Haynes and McCalmont to be. They're not there, and it's the easiest of finishes for Auckland's number 10.
Ryan Cullen on trouble. So DePizio was going to replace Christian Theoharis, who's calling for the ball now, gets it. Oh, lovely turn by Christian Theoharis. He must know his number's been shown. Gives it to Moragas. Ball towards the far post, arriving Facial! And the Mariners are level. A flowing move, and Lucas Moragas, who has looked good all afternoon up and down that left-hand side.
Waiting, hovering at that back post, but let's look at the magic in the toes of Christian Theoharis. On the spin, pass by Gallegos, head up by Moragas, and you can see there he just stands it up, wants Facial, invites Facial into their back post, and gets a dead run on Francis de Vries and beyond Alex Paulson. The keeper helpless.
So Auckland FC going to roll the dice as well. Brimmer comes off with Callan Elliot coming on.
That time Brian Kaltak mistimed his challenge.
Free kick results, De Vries to deliver. Again, plenty of elevation. Sakai nods it down. Elliot! Callan Elliot! Off the bench and blasting it home. Hiroki Sakai with the nod down, and no second invitation required for Callan Elliot.
Another delightful delivery from Francis de Vries. High into the back post. Falls to Elliot from the head of Sakai. And he had one thing in his mind, and that was Parach Cullen's near post. Blasted beyond the Mariners goalkeeper.
Fullback scoring goals. Tom Doyle will love that.
Who doesn't, Piney? Who doesn't? The message was clear. It was make a difference when you go on, make an impact on the game, and he's done that. So
Faisal ahead of him into Duarte. Faisal pulls it back. It's there for DePizio. Bouncing around, headed towards goal and headed into the goal. And the Mariners have managed it, to the delight of their coach and all of their players, and Nico Duarte to draw your side level.
Well, he's influential in the build-up of it as well. A couple of touches there by the number 29. A moment of quality by Faisal to get this back across the box, and then it's commitment and volumes. Look at the numbers. 2-1 down. They are throwing everything to get the equalizer. And it's Hiroki Sakai, unfortunately, that flicks it up to Nico Duarte, and from there...
I just felt at the last moment that Eli Adams just overran it slightly because he had Lockie Rose in front of him, and in the end he decided to leave it for Rose, who couldn't catch up with it. This is a lovely ball. Bodic, here he is again. Noah Bodic. He just cannot be stopped. 8 goals in his last 9. That's 11 for the season. He is knocking on the Socceroos' door, and he's put Western into a 1-0 lead here in Newcastle.
Team being full of confidence on the Harvey Norman replay, as simple as that. Look at that. Space to turn forward and face forward from Grimaldi. Wonderful ball. Hiroshi Basuki just got himself out of the way. And when Noah Bodic is in the form that he's in, why not? Let it run through, let him get on the end of it, and that's a fine finish. Yeah. The Aussie number 9 spot was always a problem. Foreign players coming over. Here we go again.
Danzaki in behind. There are serious problems for Newcastle. They're behind 2-0. 2 goals in a matter of minutes here. And it is an absolute disaster for the Jets. An own goal that ends up for Mark Natta.
Danzaki's a little bit embarrassed that it's gone in. He's clearly not claiming it on the Harvey Norman replay. Again, too much time and space. And Mark Natta just sticks a foot out, maybe thinking someone was coming behind and thought he had to stop it, and just guides it into his own net. And it's a horror start at home for the Newcastle Jets.
Danzaki, this is a battle Kankar doesn't want to get into too often. Danzaki curling. James has to punch. Only as far as Thurgate, who got a little nudge. Spills for Bosowski. Time to shoot! Oh, what a hit from Reece Bosowski. He's got 2 goals in his last 2 matches. But that is one for the highlights reel.
Oh, what a strike that was. On the Harvey Norman replay as it comes out, gets it out of his feet, and he's got one thing on his mind. Get it onto that right foot. It's one bounce, and it's right in the corner. Lots of bodies in front of Noah James. I'm wondering, it's a little unsighted. There's nothing he can do there. And Reece Bosowski lets the cannon go, and it's 3-0.
And Taylor. Well, Newcastle, when they played Western United back in January, also it was a really short turnaround for them. They were down 3-0 in that one. They lost 3-1. Lockie Rose pulled back a goal for the Jets on that occasion. Here is Bodic in behind, drives it across, 4-0 for Western United. They are being ripped apart, Newcastle. 4 goals inside 35 minutes, and Riku Danzaki with number 4 this season.
Mirror image down the right-hand side. Defender pulled out of place. Ball in behind on the Harvey Norman replay, and Bodic has a simple task of just firing across the 6-yard box where Danzaki is waiting gleefully. And this could get ugly very quickly for the Jets if they don't sort it out. Western United are having a field day.
Well,
yes, we do have travel in Australia. It's a big country. And as we said before, I'll let this go here.
Deflection favours Thurgate, flipping it into the box. Bills now for Grimaldi. Well, Mombwa had the handover. Noah James has got the punch. Back to Bosowski. Well, what about his afternoon? Spectacular goal in the first half. He repeats the dose in the second. Everything is coming up trumps for Western United this afternoon.
Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, Reece Bosowski let fly with the first one, and Noah James palms it away. He's first to react. Scored with his right foot from distance earlier. Shows he can do just the same with his left here. Both finding the bottom corner.
Dobson. And Mombwa. Mombwa! First goal for Newcastle for Charles Mombwa. And where there is life, there may yet be hope for Newcastle.
Well, it's a nice finish from Charles Mombwa on the turn. A bit of steal into the midfield, but he gets forward here on the Harvey Norman replay. A little sloppy from the Western United defence as he clears his feet. He's got the time and the space, and that's a great finish. Realised he had the time to get the swivel on and tucks it past Matt Sutton. That is a great finish.
Timmins places it in front of Ingham, who's driving towards goal. Dane Ingham cutting it back, and it's in for Newcastle. They've got a second. It was absolute pinball in the box at Dane Ingham.
It was wonderful play down the right-hand side on the Harvey Norman replay from Dane Ingham. Little chop back there is great. As the strike gets saved, it comes off Angus Thurgate. And there's nothing you can do about it. And we said they need to give something for their fans. Well, that's a great driving run and good positive play. And I noticed in the last drink break, Dane Ingham and Angus Thurgate were having a little chat together.
It's a poor ball from Aquilina. Now Michael Roos. He has got the pace in a foot race. This is for the A-League record. Michael Roos. 6 for Western United. 31 goals in a round of football in the Isuzu UTE A-League for the first time in its 20-year history.
Well, the Harvey Norman replay, it was just a foot race, wasn't it? And there was only going to be one winner. Look at the pace he uses there, and then it's just compose himself, assess where the keeper is, and he slots it through the legs of Noah James, who was stranded, really. It's been a good day for Western United, and one to forget for the Newcastle Jets.
Lion City Sailors are wedged between matches against Adelaide, Auckland and Newcastle.
Lovely ball by Lolly. Here's Adrian Segacic. Opens the scoring.
It's a quite brilliant finish under pressure. It's his 9th of the season. Joins Joe Lolly as Sydney's top scorer in this competition. And it's his 14th in all.
Well, it's a pretty innocuous situation on the Harvey Norman replay. It's a lovely first-time ball from Joe Lolly. And Segacic through, sharp as attack, as he makes a supporting run off the ball. Perhaps a little miscontrol of the first instance, but was fast enough to recover. It's a really, really intelligent, sharp, skillful little finish at the end from Adrian Segacic. 9 goals for the season. It's a really amazing.
Wellington starting to win some of these 50-50 balls in midfield. Geraldus, nice turn, lovely ball through. Barbarouses around the keeper, scores. Almost inevitable, wasn't it? But the flag has been raised again.
And Geraldus just really slicing the available space. This one's going to be really tight. It'll be the point of Costa's right shoulder, if anything. The traditional, the conventional